You're listening to No Limits Radio Show on the Vets on Media Network.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Good morning. Is it happy Saturday? I'm just like,
it is
oh my God, I didn't sleep.
No,
I had to clean up dog shit.
Oh.
I should not do that on a Saturday.
Well, if you do that,
if you do that,
just don't share it with anybody.
I did do that.
Yeah.
Every Saturday morning. Yeah. I think I should change it to like a Monday night or something.
I think you should hire somebody to do that.
Do you want to come do it? I'll give you $10.
No, I'm not doing that.
Are you sure? It's
I'm positive.
It's great. Like cardio, walking around the yard, bending
move on
down
from the shit talk.
Sure. Let's talk about some other shit.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Perfect. How's your Saturday?
I'm having a great Saturday.
Good.
I've got new hair color. I'm excited.
We both have new hair color.
Yes.
And I do have to say, I love your comment that you shared with me yesterday when Rob says to you, so you and Michelle both got your hair done and you both got red hair, and you go, no, Michelle's is orange. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It is. All right. So we've got a really big show today. Oh my gosh. We've got a full house. We've got a full audience today. We've got Linda Stanfield. We've got Dave Bray that's going to be calling in. We've got Margie Bonds. We've got Adrian Hart. I mean, we have so much stuff to talk about. But before we talk about any of those great topics, first, we have the WWW. Pause for dramatic music in the background. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if you have any music playing in the background because I took my headphones off. No. Okay, I'll just play. Dun, dun, dun. So the WWW, if you haven't heard of it before, is the wild, wonderful, wacky stories that Michelle finds on the web.
Yes.
What do you have for us today?
You want to start out with wacky?
Sure.
Please say yes, because my computer is broke, so it's already on my phone. So thank God you said yes. Okay, so in Louisiana, let's just start with it's in Louisiana. Look at that. 2 teachers are accused of having sex with a minor. So this is a 32-year-old Shelley DeFresney and Rachel Respress, 24. They had a 3-way with a 16-year-old.
Is this a 16-year-old boy or
a 16-year-old boy?
Okay.
Who then went on to brag to his friends, and then the principal found out, and now there's charges being brought up against them.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, but if you look at the link, like these are like normal looking, like attractive women, and I'm like, what are you thinking? And how would you think that the 16-year-old is not going to go brag to his friends?
Of course he is. Of course he's going to go brag to his friends. And how dare you take advantage of that? I mean, could you imagine his mother? Like, I've got a 15 and a 17-year-old, and I would be appalled if one of the teachers, someone that I entrust my children with, because they're still children. They are.
Absolutely.
Just because he's 16, he's still a child. That is horrible.
He could be what? A fresh sophomore. He'd be a sophomore.
He's a sophomore. Do you remember the story about the adolescent teenager that had sex with a female adult teacher? The woman got pregnant, and then years later, I think it was like 15 or 16 years later, the woman came back and got child support from that child that she had sex with. Do you remember that story?
Yes, I do remember that story.
Unbelievable.
I know. Well, not everybody is smart. And speaking of someone who's not so smart, he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. Someone said to me once, he's not the brightest bulb in the tool shed. And I go, no, I think it's the sharpest tool.
I think that person got it all mixed up.
I know, they were like, not the brightest bulb.
Sharpest or brightest color in the crayon box. There's sharpest tool in the shed, sharpest pencil.
I've never heard sharpest pencil.
All right. Well,
have you heard sharpest pencil?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Well, this guy isn't too sharp. Anyway, 32-year-old, what is his first name? Can't find it. Anyway, it's in New Jersey. This man, I'm telling you, I don't have my computer. It's all messed up. Why don't you look on it?
Honey, do you want my computer?
No, you multitask for me. But anyway, here's the funny part. It doesn't really matter because he's not really smart and he's not going to be president next year or anything. So we don't really have to make note of it. But what I thought was funny was he was in court to answer allegations and charges of driving under a suspended license, driving under the influence, and having marijuana in his car. So everyone should know that when you go to court, you have to go through the little device thingies, and they check your bag and they do all that stuff. So anyway, when he did that, they found 50 grams of marijuana, 2 packages of rolling papers, and an unrolled cigar wrapper in his bag to go to court.
I was going to take care of stuff but then I got high.
There you go.
I got high.
And that's his excuse.
Oh my gosh. So his name is Richard Thompson.
Richard.
There you go.
I don't know why I didn't pull it up on here.
Yeah, Richard Thompson.
But yeah, he's 32 in New Jersey. Well, New Jersey, that kind of states it all. But, you know, I love making friends all over the United States. So anyway, here's some wonderful. There's a little bit of sunshine in New Jersey right now, though, because that's where my babe is. So I guess I'll give New Jersey a little bit of a break for a little bit. So here's some wow for you, because I know you want to talk about serious stuff, and, you know, I don't really get into that. But anyway, this is a little bit of wonderful. So 14-year-old Catherine Wu is a high school freshman from Maryland. And she is actually a finalist in the 2014 Discovery Educational 3M Young Scientist Challenge, because she has created a device that you put on while you're driving. Apparently, there are over 100,000 crashes every year due to fatigue. So she has created this Bluetooth connected headset, and then it's linked to some Raspberry Pi and then some credit card computer thing. And when your heart rate goes down and your EEG, it has an EEG on it. So when brain activity goes down, it actually sends you alerts.
I think
She's
that's
14.
incredible.
I think that's amazing.
Incredible. So I had an idea. Maybe that technology could, you know, when you're at the gym and, okay.
Can you give me another example? I don't do the gym.
Okay, well, let me just explain to you one of the activities that takes place at the gym, part of the equipment. So at the gym, when you're doing like the
ellipticals?
machines, elliptical, or you're riding the bike, they have these sensors so that you can put your hands on it and then it checks your heart rate. So what if they added those sensors into the steering wheel and you had your hands on the steering wheel? Only what I would say is add a little shock to it so that like if you do drift off, it's like, you know.
So now there's crashes because when people get shocked, they turn the steering wheel like this and hit the person right next to them.
Okay, well maybe instead it just has the sensor built into the steering wheel.
Maybe it could like vibrate or something.
It could vibrate, or it could make like your radio just like, although I guess that could cause an accident.
Go really loud.
Yeah, really loud.
Well,
all the lights in your car flicker. Oh, I'm awake now.
She did not say what alerts happen. It didn't say in the article, so I'm not quite sure. For many things, and so I just wanted to take a second to say that
gives me a lot of hope. Do you like that little transition there?
I do.
Thank you. Okay, so obviously currently we're dealing with the ISIS crisis.
Did you just come up with that?
I did.
I could see that being a bumper sticker in the near future.
ISIS crisis. Do you know that we're spending $7.5 million a day?
I heard that.
Can you believe that?
No, because I'm not quite sure how that happens when we don't have that anywhere in the budget. I mean, that would be like me going and buying a $5 million home. I don't have the funds to anyway do that.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. I think what somebody needs to introduce to the government is Dave Ramsey's money envelope system. So if you don't know what this is, here's what you do. You take envelopes and you take all of your money and then you divide it into these different envelopes. So that's your budget. So I think what we need to do is we need to introduce this envelope system to the government, because then they could divide the money up and say, oh, okay, we don't have $7.5 million a day.
Look, we have all these envelopes and not near enough money.
I have all these envelopes. No, it reminds me of one of my favorite lines from Pretty Woman. I have all the cops. Tell them I said hi. That is my favorite line.
She doesn't say tell them I said hi.
Yes, she does.
I don't think so.
I swear she does.
Really?
It's my favorite
now
line.
I have to watch it. My favorite part of the movie is when she's walking down the street and he says, get rid of your gum. And she turns sideways and goes and spits it out on the sidewalk. That's my favorite part. And I do it all the time. And I totally blame Julia Roberts.
See, I can totally see you doing that.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can blame Julia Roberts on that.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. I would have never done it if I would have never seen the movie.
Listen, Linda.
I do it all the time.
Listen, Linda.
Because the second I do it, instantly Pretty Woman flashes in my mind. It's like a sudden death experience. You know, like if you have one, like your whole life flashes in front of you. I go to spit my gum out and Julia Roberts flashes in front of me. It is because of Pretty Woman.
Okay, well, that may be the case. I relate to that line that I told you because whenever you go shopping, it always seems like when you have a lot of money, you can't find what you want. But when you don't have money on you,
You see everything.
you see everything that you want.
I know. Does he not believe in banks?
Wait, who are we talking about now?
Dave Ramsey and the envelopes. He said you take all your money and you put it in an envelope. It just kind of struck me that, well, where do you... Well,
I have whiplash from the conversation topic change.
Well, now
We
you
went
know.
from ISIS crisis, Pretty Woman,
Well, now you know
Dave
what.
Ramsey.
Now you know what my brain is like. All of a sudden, I was like, oh, wait, banks. So does he not believe in banks?
No, this is just like a first step in teaching people about budgeting.
Oh.
So-
So like your children or something. Oh, you used this recently? Oh, you just took the class. All right. Well, you want to think of another side note? Because I totally
I have nothing right now. Can we go to a break?
Sorry. I'm sorry, sweetie. But anyway,
Yeah, but anyway, so
how recent did you take the class? I just
Shut
kind
up.
of want to know. Okay.
it was after the divorce.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, years ago.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to
Yes.
ISIS.
On a serious note.
I mean, what are your thoughts on this? Because I kind of feel like fighting an ideology. I don't know how you do this.
I don't think we can. For us to improve it. Maybe that's a better,
Right.
maybe that's a better wording for it. I don't know. Regardless of what we do and how long we do it, I feel that because those are their beliefs, that's their culture. I think that it ultimately goes back to that. So I look at how many people and families and everything that would be affected by us getting involved even more. And I just feel like it's a no-win situation for us.
But given where we're at with it, I mean, is there any turning back from this point? I mean, can you turn back? I don't think you can. Like, if we had a time machine and we could look back in history and go, okay, you know what? This was the point where maybe we should have done something different.
Mhm.
We could, go back in time, but we can't. So at this point,
What does that mean? So when you see that you're making a mistake, you just continue to make it? I mean, at some point you have to realize, okay, this isn't solving anything, or I'm making a mistake or whatever. So it's time to stop and take a different approach.
but
Or do
when
you keep going?
I'm not saying that you keep going. I'm just saying step away and do nothing. And that's very sad. I'm glad that I'm not in the position to make those decisions. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I think you would make a great president.
We definitely need to go to a break.
I think a woman would make a great president.
See, I don't.
Oh, you're going to disagree with me. Budgets, they all know the envelope system because most of them
Not
are
all of them
divorced.
do.
No, I'm just.
I mean, we can't. Here's the thing: you can't just make a blanket statement. Everyone that is a Republican is this. Everyone that is a Democrat is
true.
this. All women would do that. Like, I just want the right person. I want the person in that office that's doing it for the right reasons. And the problem with that is the person that is doing it for the right reasons most likely won't resonate with John Q. Public.
Correct.
So that's the sad part.
That's why I said you should be president, because you would be doing things for the right reason.
But I would resonate with John Q. Public.
Well, I don't know, maybe. If you had the right makeup artist. I'm just saying, we were talking about makeup and hair earlier, and you would love to have one every day, and you would be able to have one every day.
All right.
So I think that's a good thing.
All right. Christina Wagner for president. There you go.
After she completes the Dave Ramsey. She's not quite done. Chapter 12.
I got something to learn about budgeting.
All right. So
Everybody gets shiny sparkly. That's my platform. Yes. You get a shiny sparkly. You get a shiny sparkly.
I bet you get involved in Africa because there's a lot of diamonds over there. We kind of stay out of that whole situation. There.
Well, if I were in Africa,
Mhm.
I think so my platform, I would focus more on here because I kind of feel like here's my rudimentary explanation of what we should be doing.
Here's your platform.
Here's my platform.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm going to clean up my backyard before I offer to go clean up somebody else's backyard. So I feel like we need to fix here and not be worrying about there.
I agree with you. I did my part this morning. So when I cleaned up the dog poop. Anyway.
All right.
On that note, we have to take a break.
So I'm Christina.
And I'm Michelle.
You wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. If you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you was looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, fairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
You're listening to the No Limits Radio Show on the Vets On Media Network.